Safari Breeze by French Avenue, the schmoop of Memoirs of a Perfume Collector. This is something that was very much hyped when it was released. I remember the folks who did initial reviews at some Dubai Expo saying that this is going to be really big when it comes out. But we already knew that because we had this bad boy from Jeremy way earlier. So I want to do a very quick comparison of what this one is about and help you understand the differences, if at all. So very quickly, slight alcohol blast. I reviewed this earlier, but just to give you an impression. So this is, on the left is French Avenue's version, and on the right hand is Safari Squeeze. They're both essentially a very beautiful blackcurrant, grapefruity, but more key guava based freshie, and one of the most beautiful compositions as far as a freshie is concerned that I actually own. This and Tango, or the dupe of Tango called Fugo, that Jeremy does. So if I were to highlight the differences between both of these, looking at the actual notes on both of them as well, apparently this one has a slight spearmint note, right? Spearmint note, and this, if at all, comes out slightly in the beginning. The dry down for both of them are very similar, both this and the Jeremy's version. In the opening, I feel I don't get much coconut on each of them, even though they're supposed to be coconut there. And I'm getting a slight spearmint note on this, very slight spearmint note. Not very strong though, but it doesn't elevate the profile in a very good way. On neither of these, disclaimer, I have not put notes to the original, so I don't know. I can just tell you what each of these smell better to me. Now, I've tried this multiple times on different parts of my hand as well. I can tell you that the dry down for both of them are very similar, even though the Jeremy version lists oud in the base. To my nose, I can't get any oud. Perhaps some vetiver and oak moss, those sorts of ingredients on either of them. One thing I can tell you for sure is that the Jeremy version and this are very similar on the dry down. However, the scent profile for Jeremy on the dry down is much richer. That guava note is much fuller. It's more juicier, and I prefer it. Like if I had a choice between either of these, I'd actually take Jeremy's version. So if you can't get access to Jeremy's version wherever you are, I guess you could make do with this, even though Jeremy is now shipping to multiple different countries in the world, and you might find it. Try and see if you can get your hand on Safari Squeeze. It absolutely is gorgeous. There's no oud there at all, but that grapefruit, blackcurrant, and more importantly the guava note is just absolutely breathtaking. Interestingly, when I'm looking at the notes for Safari Breeze, I'm not seeing guava listed anywhere. I don't know why that is, because there's supposed to be a guava note in it. Not sure that's a mistake on where I'm looking at these notes, but Jeremy's version definitely has a guava note, and you can actually tell that there's a guava note in it. So yeah, just a side note, how many times have I said that, I've compared the schmoops that are very popular in the world to Jeremy's versions, and Jeremy's versions have come out on top, right? For example, Fugo, I didn't compare it with anything else because I have the original Tango. I have not compared it, but the Fugo, which is a sweet mango, juicy freshie, is absolutely ridiculously good as well, and a really great value prop for $45. And then there's Imperial Oud, the Oud Zarian schmoop, that is still that's still top notch, almost one for one to my nose when I compare it to the original in store. And there's no one else doing the schmoop of that as well. That's another thing. Jeremy does these quite early. Like this was available before there was any hype on it at all. Many months ago. Oh, it was available, and I got this. So that's one thing that Jeremy does as well. They release these bad boys quite quickly when they want to, right? And there's Luster as well, which is out of stock. Jeremy, I know you watch my videos, so we need Luster back in stock. Hopefully an extended version, inshallah, if you're listening, because Luster is one of those top releases. And it's just not me. There's a lot of other creators that hype Luster up over Outlands as well. For example, TJ Talks and the others among. So it's not just me. So do your research and see if you can add luster back in stock, hopefully an X-rated version as well. And the other great schmoop from Bujermi that was great compared to the other popular ones is Outlands. Boss Life. Of course, I said the original Boss Life is better than the others, and I've done a detailed comparison of those. Now, again, none of this is sponsored. Bujermi don't pay me to say any of this. But when something is better, I just got to call